Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl that gay chick. So today we're doing a headband. Sit back, watch, learn and enjoy. So these are the materials we need. We need a fabric, we need a fiber. This is a fiber, you can get it from a carpenter shop. We need a scissors and a measuring tape. We need a glue and we need an elastic headband. So this fabric I'm using is called Oh Baby. So we are cutting down 25 inches for the length. So we are just going to measure our 25 inches and we are going to cut it down right there. So right now I'm going to cut my wideness, and my wideness is 4 inches. So I just added a bit and I'm cutting it down. So I actually cut down 4 inches wide and 25 inches length. So I'm going to write down the measurements in the description box for you to follow up. So I'm just going to cut 3 pieces of this particular 25 inches length and 4 inches wide, because I need the 3 to make a braided headband. So you're cutting 3 pieces of each of these. So I'm just going to cut it down. So I'm done cutting the 3 pieces of it. So right now I'm going to be measuring 3 inches wide and 6 inches length. This particular measurement I'm cutting down to cover up my elastic headband, but before then my headband I cut down was 4 inches. So your wrap, the material, the fabric itself, you're cutting down 5 inches, while your headband should be 4 inches long. So I'm just going to use this to wrap up my headband. So just keep watching and I'm sure you're going to understand the whole thing I'm doing right here. So I'm using the B6000 glue to do this wrapping. So if you have any good glue that is meant for fabric, you can definitely use that for this whole process I'm doing right here. So my friends, when you are doing this whole process, this particular one right here, make sure you allow air enter into your glue. Like when you place it on the fabric the way I'm doing right here, do not cover it up immediately like I'm doing. Allow air to enter into it so it can dry a bit. That way it can stick or glue immediately, because I had difficulties when I was doing mine. I was just putting my glue and immediately I was wrapping it, so it wasn't staying. So allow air enter into yours before you do this wrapping. It will come out neatly and without stress. So I just kept on gluing and gluing and gluing. So just keep watching guys and you're going to understand what I'm doing. So I'm done, and this is how my elastic band looks like. So right now I'm going to sew this particular one down on my sewing machine. So I'm taking it to my sewing machine and I'm sewing it right from top to tail, but I'm not covering the tail. I'm leaving one spot, one particular part opened. So I'm closing down one part of the bottom and then the other part is going to be opened. So I'm going to turn it now upside down because I'm done sewing it on my sewing machine. Turning it inside out, I'm turning it inside out. So I'm bringing out the right part outside and the wrong part is going inside. So that's what I'm going to do to each and one of it. So I actually use a white thread because I was just doing it for myself. So but if you're doing it like a professional for a client, make sure you use a matching thread. So I'm just going to put in that fabric, that fiber, I'm going to put in that fiber inside. So I'm going to just keep watching, you understand what I'm doing. So I'm done putting in my fiber. I'm now going to tack it down. I just placed it on each other right there, and I'm going to tack it down together. So just keep watching. So I'm done tacking it together, and I'm just going to do the final knotting, to make sure everything is finally tied and intact. So I'm just going to do that. So right now I'm going to braid it. You can get someone to hold the tip for you while you braid, but I didn't have anyone to hold it for me while I braid it, so I just managed to just do it regardless of anyone around to help me hold it. So you just braid it as neatly as you can, because it's the braiding that brings out the beauty of the headband. So braid it really nicely. So when I was done braiding, I just placed it on each other, and right now I'm just going to tack it together. So I'm just tacking it on each other. So now that I'm done tacking the braided headband by the edge, I'm going to place my elastic headband that I have already covered up with my fabric. So I'm going to attach it now to this braided headband. So it will help, for instance, if the person's head is big, as long as there is an elastic headband, it will stretch enough to fit in. If the person's head is still small, it can still fit in. So that's the whole usefulness of this elastic headband I'm fixing here. But nevertheless, you can decide not to use an elastic headband. You can just increase the length, and then you'll be fine. So guys, I'm done tacking and joining my elastic headband to the braided headband itself. So I'm just trying to make sure everything is clean, and I'm cutting down any thread. And so I'm just going to add these flowers for decoration, and at the same time I'm covering up all those points that the tags are showing, the sewing of the thread is showing. So I'm going to use that to decorate that particular part. So I I just added my glue and I'm just putting down my flower on it. So you can use any other thing to beautify yours, but I choose to use this flower and some stones. So guys, that's just the whole process of this headband. So I'm just adding some more stones on my headband because I want it to look really beautiful and attractive. So you can do whatever comes to your head, just try to be creative and your headband is going to look as good as you want it to be. So guys, that's just it for our tutorial on how to make an elastic headband. Isn't it as easy as ABC? So guys, do not forget to support your girl, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment and share. Thank you for watching my video. I hope this has been so useful. See you next time on another interesting video. I remain your gilly chick anytime, any day. Bye bye.